Sir, explain how whey protein helps in COVID-19.
Protein and SARS-CoV-19. Okay. Now, as we know, whey protein is vast topic. We will just take one example of subtraction. So you know subtractions, right? I have already covered.
Yes.
So let's take one of them is lactoferrin. Lactoferrin, right? Now, basically it derives from human mother milk, right? And bovine cow milk. Both are having higher efficacy. Both are very effective, right? Now, why I have chosen lactoferrin? So lactoferrin has antiviral property, antibacterial property, and antimicrobial, right? So if you want to understand how it will help you in corona like situation, you need to understand first coronavirus. So whenever the coronavirus enters, suppose this is your coronavirus having spikes, right? Now let's take the structure of lactoferrin. So suppose this is your lactoferrin, this is jello fitness lactoferrin, right? And this is present now. What it will do? It will bind over the spike and it will block the spike. So it will not allow virus to do its own function, right? So it will block all the spikes. If lactoferrin is low, so when it can be low? When there is
Infection.
acute infection, right? Let's see a cell. Suppose this is your cell and this has receptor. There are many receptors, right, on the cell. So I am going to explain this cell receptor called HSPG, Heparan Sulfate Proteoglycan. Heparan Sulfate Proteoglycan. Right now, you know proteo means protein, sulfate, glycan means carbs, right? So now this receptor basically attracts virus to bind over and release its replicating material inside the cell, right? But if you are taking lactoferrin coming from whey protein, or if you are taking any supplemented coming from nasal spray, or there are many options available on website, you can find, right, online stores. Then what lactoferrin will do? Suppose let's make one more HSPG. Suppose this is your HSPG, heparan sulfate proteoglycan, right? Now what lactoferrin will do? Lactoferrin will bind over the HSPG and it will make a kind of block whereby it cannot enter. If this surface is utilized by lactoferrin, then virus cannot bind over there and cannot replicate, right? At the same time, this lactoferrin has also its own binding receptor, lactoferrin receptor, whereby this will activate interferon. It will activate interferon alpha and beta. What this interferon alpha and beta will do? Basically suppresses the ongoing inflammation or inflammatory process, and neuronal damage is reduced. So this is one of the best function done by lactoferrin. Anything else you want to know?
Sir, what suppresses interleukin 6?
Okay. Again, now you should know firstly what interleukin 6 does. Suppose this is your interleukin 6. Okay? Interleukin 6. It loves to bind over the ferric, means iron. Okay? And iron is the raw material for the replication of the virus. So you know lacto means milk, ferrin, ferrous, and the active form is ferric, right? And this interleukin 6 captures the iron. Suppose it captures the iron and takes it towards the virus. So virus now happy because it is receiving the iron for its new copies, right? Now what lactoferrin will do? Firstly, lactoferrin will capture this ferric and keep it separate. It will keep non-available for interleukin 6. So interleukin 6 cannot provide that iron to the virus to multiply, right? So whenever there is lactoferrin, lactoferrin will capture this iron and not allow virus to use it for its function or multiplying, making more copies. Rather, it will give it to our immune system to make more immune proteins, right? So that function is also done by our lactoferrin, as well as while doing that, it will suppress interleukin 6. So interleukin 6 is not now able to provide the iron as a raw material for the copying of the virus. Anything?
Sir, where does the COVID-19 settles?
Okay. Basically, you know this is going to affect your respiratory system, right? But it loves to settle in your GIT. This is your pancreatic region. This is duodenum here, and then there is interstitial area. So it loves to settle. This virus will love to settle. These are our interstitial cells, suppose. Okay, and the virus loves to settle with them, mingle with them, make them good friends, and grow there. So virus settles into the your GIT. But if lactoferrin is there, lactoferrin will not allow this virus to settle there. Lactoferrin will make these GIT cells more sensitive that this is a foreign agent, please not allow to reside it inside our system. So lactoferrin is having a lot of beneficial functions and roles. Anything?
Sir, what does lactoferrin do to our blood?
Oh, that is one of the best part. Okay, now if you are having any ongoing process in your system like thrombosis, means blood clotting, means blood clots. If suppose you are building, your system is building a kind of thrombosis, it will play, lactoferrin will play a role of anti-thrombotic. It will break the clot. So suppose this is your lactoferrin here, and it has taken the hammer inside and started breaking down this clot. So it is anti-thrombotic. It will help to break blood clots, right? Anything else? I hope I have simplified this. Thank you very much.